Crisco says it's inconvenient by design. Get a faster mount. I've got a pretty fast mount. I do have a pretty fast mount, not due to my own hard work by any means. I bought it from somebody. Somebody gave it to me at a sweetheart deal, but like, it's a long ways. And the caravans are just so ungodly slow that makes any distance seem just insurmountable. Like, I can't even imagine doing large scale stuff. Like, to get even from New Ayla to the tropics is a very, very long trip. And those are basically almost connected.
Yeah.
So I'm really kind of up in the air on this one. Now, one of the suggestions was a player-based taxi service. So players could put another player in like a mount and then take them for a fee. I don't know how that works. I really don't. Like, my brain immediately goes to all the various ways that people would really screw you on this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Leave you in the middle of nowhere, or like take you out and just beat you within an inch of your life and take all your stuff.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I don't know. I've never played a game that had an in-game taxi service. Did Black Desert Online actually have this? Because all I really remember was just clicking a place that I wanted to go in Black Desert, and I would just go there. So
yeah, I don't know, but I know. Look, if you're playing on Vira, there's no way that taxi service ends well for you. Like
0% chance.
Your shoes are thrown over, the telephone pole wires. Like, you're hanging by your toes somewhere. Like, that's just There's no way.
Your taxi is going to come complete with a shovel and lime in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. Like, after this phase 2 experience, there's no possible way that I would trust any other player. It's different if it's a guild member, right?
Yeah.
But, unless you're Chaffee. But, see if he's in chat. But, overall, no, thank you. But this does bring up an interesting point, though. Being that we've kind of experienced, we have experienced the one zone-ish, you kind of have a little bit of that desert in there. I'm wondering if this does not develop into an issue that does ultimately bring some kind of fix. That's not the right word, but some kind of answer to that, because a 20-minute run will turn easily into like an hour and a half or 2 hours of running. Like, is that what and then it kind of, I guess it comes back to, and I'm kind of going somewhere with this, then it kind of comes back to, like, especially if you're a family man, you got family and stuff going on, or, your mom, whatever, and, you're busy. It's like, okay, do you choose to live within this one zone? Because I could totally see that,
I think that's the answer. And I really do. Like, I think that people will be very, territorial.
Yeah.
It will be a very tribal game where you are in an area and you kind of stay there. And I can tell you that I'm doing that now. Like, when we moved to New Ayla a week or two ago, I just kind of exist in New Ayla, right? My stuff is there. I've got storage there. I don't go that far because I'm constantly coming back to New Ayla, which is why the mayor thing is so important. Because, like, if your guild doesn't have the right buildings to do the stuff that your guild wants to do, admittedly, like, guilds are big and everybody wants to do something different. But, like, if your building's not there, then it is not great for you. And so you got to go somewhere else. But going back and forth is not really viable. It's just a very, very interesting thing. The other part of it, though, that I don't know if I'm seeing as much as I want to, but it's kind of hard to tell because I don't think the desert and the tropics are fleshed out enough, is that when you have something like this where distances are a long ways and there's no easy way to get from one place to another, you do create scarcity of resource if there's a difference in what's available in different areas.
Yeah.
If everything's available everywhere, like if you can get the same amount of copper or lack thereof, and the same amount of trees in all the different places, then it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets everything all the time. But if you can't get really trees other than in the Riverlands, and you can't really get minerals other than in like the desert, and it's a long way, then you actually do create import-export economy. You create differences in the market that is a real thing, right? You create a reason to run caravans that are not just with commodities, but actually with goods. And I don't know if I've seen that, but boy, do I want to.
Yeah.
It's kind of on my bucket list for this game. Like, I really want that to be a thing, and I don't know if we're gonna get it. We haven't gotten it so far, but it's. I mean, we're dealing with like 1 1/4 nodes at this point.
Yeah.
Really, like the desert and the tropics are like maybe like 1/4 of a node a piece. It feels like they're not really there.
Yeah, I think you'll see that. You will start to see it when you get 2 zones, but I think you'll really start seeing it. Like, you'll really see it once you hit 3. And it's those the furthest 2 zones, right? Like that's where I really think you see that sort of thing.
They should be different. Those 2 zones.
Yeah.
Like if it's zone A, B, and C in a line, like A should be different than C as far as resources go.
Yeah. Agreed.
If this map is as big as we think it is, like A should be different than C. And if it's not, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah. So I'm going to write a sternly written letter.
Oh,
straight to Steven's office.
I would proofread that letter for you.
I'm going to put it first class mail with triple stamps, just because I want
stamp.
to. I will lick that stamp.
We will put an extra stamp on just to make sure it gets there.
Just to be sure.